Good morning.
Hi there. Good morning from a very rainy Tallahassee today.
It's raining here as well.
What a great day for doing a session. I'm so happy. I hope you're doing well. We're dating this a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this in stone. I'm very excited for this coming week's GCACW at the battlefield because not only do you and I get to meet for the first time, face to face, of course, but it's also going to be our fifth anniversary. So expect a little bit of free content there as I walk around and take videos and go, hey, here's this person. Ooh, what are they doing? And hey, look, it's Roger. So don't be camera shy.
Oh, you're not going to get me on camera.
Oh, sure, I'll get your best side.
Audio only.
You're ready for your close up, Mr. DeMille.
Yeah.
Well, here we are with session two. We are back, and I want to thank everybody. I just checked the metrics for the first one, and we've got close to 300 views in the first week for the first session. When it looks at your previous 28 days, that is the third place in the ranking of videos for the channel. That's great. I mean, for the start of any new project like that, we always get a lot of eyeballs, and I really appreciate everybody. And of course, we got tons of comments, and that is the first thing we're going to do. This will give us our first opportunity to do corrections, and we have a few of them noted here. So thank you to everyone who took a moment after watching the video to leave your comments and critical feedback, and I say critical in a good way, but as far as making sure that we are rules adherent, and we're going to go through some of those today. So thank you again for all that. That not only proves to me that you're watching it, but that you're enjoying it enough to speak about it. So thank you for that. Do you have any opening thoughts, Roger, before we get into the comments section, now that you had a week to think about this?
Well, I've looked at it, and I think I know what you're going to do, depending on the initiatives, obviously. And now that I looked at it, I thought of a strategy which I wish I had seen, but it's kind of too late for me to even do, or not a strategy, but just kind of a way to maneuver my units a little bit differently, which I can't do now because of now that I've read the rules a little more carefully. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be, I think, a very fun session. Probably set the tone, I think, for how this campaign is going to go.
In the feedback, some of the surprise was, oh gosh, you know, Patrick, you didn't play the Port Gibson Gambit, or you didn't try to go right for Grand Gulf, and you must do this by this, timetable. And I said, hey, this is my first time with all of this laid out in banquet format, so I'm just seeing what I can do. I'm pulling the levers. I looked on the time schedule for this so far today, and I see, oh yes, now I can start doing river transfers. So guess what I did? I went back and looked up the river transfer stuff, because that will be specific rules starting with turn 5, and that is where we're starting today, and showing everybody what we've seen thus far. It has been kind of onerous for the Confederates in the first session. They had both movement paralysis and command paralysis, but guess what? Roger certainly overcame that, because Stevenson is a marching fool. The
Yes.
Stevenson's division has come all the way from way up here in Vicksburg, and that's what, 30, 40 miles of marching, hard marching, in just a couple of days. So they've managed to get down there and blunt any potential crossing of Bayou Pierre by Grant and McClernand. So that has given me something to consider for today. I'm not sure how I'm gonna. I kind of am in a good spot to maybe start throwing some lead, but I really don't like the idea of doing that across a river. But we'll have to just see how things go, of course. But let's transition over to our first correction phase, and I will name some people who have put their corrections in there. First of all, this one affects Roger, and Holger pointed out that,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, that bridge
I got
destruction.
excited.
We got all this dynamite. What do we do with it? So that bridge at Mount Moriah at 14 Mile Creek is in fact
Is
not destroyed.
intact.
There you go. Okay,
Reports of its destruction were
they were
premature.
very
It
premature.
still
We
stands.
saw some
And that's
smoke.
because I don't know why I had in my head it was two manpower, but it's three is the minimum number of manpower, and Tillman only has two. So yeah, it was, and then there was kind of no harm, no foul. Obviously,
Yeah, that was way
it was
back
at the
there.
end of a
We
march,
saw smoke
and
and we thought a bridge fell down, but it didn't. Then affecting me, but there's clearly nothing I could do about it now, but I certainly know about it going forward. Plop these people across the river at Bruinsburg fresh. No, they should. Thank you, Lee and Rick, for pointing out that, yes, all reinforcements come in. They get a fatigue for just appearing on the map. So I got a free fatigue out of both of them by being here. And of course, that was way back at turn number 1. So there's not much I can do about that now. But thank you very much. I will be more cognizant of the reinforcements going forward. And then just the last couple of bits of housekeeping, Wade had asked that at the end of the session we can zoom out the map, which I think is going to, these things are going to get smaller and smaller, but at least you can kind of see basically where the units will be north south. I think since our scale is east west on your TV monitor, showing north south is probably going to be challenging. But yeah, I will certainly I will try to remember to do that, just to give everyone a perspective of where things are at the end of the session. And speaking of which, we forgot to do last time, which we are completely out of practice for, is we should have rolled the random event for the week ahead. That way we could be thinking about how that's going to potentially impact what our plans are right out of the gate. So forgot to do that. Apologies. We will attempt to remind ourselves to do that at the end of this session, and then that way we have 7 whole days. Well, actually, in this case, we'll have a couple of weeks to be thinking about it, even when we're otherwise engaged. So thank you again to everybody for all the feedbacks and corrections. We hope that takes care of stuff, and that's at least keeping us all honest before things get too far afield here in the game itself. So I can't think of anything else that we need to do before we get right into it, unless you got something?
Nope, I do not.
Fantastic. Okay, well then we will take it by the numbers, as it were. So we have our random events. I will let you do the honors and roll our random event here for this turn.
It's a 9, which is probably Confederate movement paralysis.
It is once again. Okay.
You win all ties. Activate leader is what's shown on the die roll. And for infantry on the march, it's -1.
Right. Yep. Let's move on to leader transfers. I do not believe I'm going to transfer any leaders at the moment.
Well, I'm going to transfer Bowen. Is going to go up to where the 1st Missouri dismounted in Cockrell is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, Stevenson stays where he is. Loring stays where he is. And that's it for me.
Okay. And then we attachments. Do we have I guess we don't have any subs at this point, so
yeah.
Attachments, and then the action cycles. So let's roll up our first activation here, and let me wish you the best of luck in this session, of course.
Yep. Good luck to you as well.
And we are off and running. That is yours.
Well, we'll try Barton with Stevenson. So this is just his die roll, since I have movement paralysis. That's a 6. Stevenson's just on fire, so that's going to be 1. Going into Los.
It's an additional 1 plus 3.
Plus 3. So he's got enough to get in there, because that's going to be 1 to 5. Initiative. That's mine again. I'd like to know what you're going to try to do. I'll have Bowen activate the 1st Missouri dismounted in Cockrell, and he cannot activate Baldwin or Taylor. Maybe he can activate Taylor. Well, I don't want him to activate Taylor, so he's not going to. Just 1st Missouri dismounted in Cockrell. Just a die roll. 2. 1st Missouri, 1, 2. Bowen, Cockrell. Initiative. That's your ties.
Okay.
Ties to you for movement paralysis.
I will have McClernand activate Hovey, Osterhaus, and Carr. Go to fatigue 1. Here is their movement +1. That's not good. So I don't know how many 1s that's been on McClernand, but that's more than I care for. It's almost as though I have Union movement paralysis. It's really hard to do anything without telegraphing everything I'm going to doing. So we're just going to have to go down the road. Osterhaus first. 1, 2. Carr. 1, 2. And then Grant, McClernand, we'll go 1, 1, 2 rather. All right, initiative. That's yours.
Not the direction I thought you were going to be going. The first Missouri. So this is -1, -2. So you can go 3. So go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Come on, we'll try the first Missouri. He's not within range of Bowen. Go 2, 1, and 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
All right. Let's take those 3 again. Here's movement +1.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to transfer up to Osterhaus.
Is your extended movement bonus still in
It
effect?
is. This is the last turn, thankfully. But that's sad. A sad state of affairs, really. Okay, so Osterhaus will go first. Here's a +1, -1. He's okay. I'll go 1 and 2. Cars +1, -1. Good. 1, 2, and then Hovies. Good. 1 and 2. Initiative. That's mine. Alright, we're going to activate all 3 of them again. Take them to 3. Here's the movement. That's 4. We'll take Osterhaus first. Here's now a net +1. He's okay. He'll go there. Cars, net +1. He's okay. He goes there. And Hovies, he flips. Always the stragglers. 1, 2, 3, and keep it there. Initiative. That's mine. Okay. We're going to attempt an assault with Osterhaus on Tracy. So he will go to 4. Here's the assault attempt. It does not come off. Initiative. That's mine. We will try an assault attempt with Car. It does come off. Cool. We will now try Grant for a grand assault. It does not come off. Okay. Bedeviled. Bedeviled at every side. Alright, well, we got a +1 for assault. We have a +1 tactical. And no ratio crossing a bridge, so that's going to ultimately be -2. And then you've got artillery potential with Tracy.
Used.
Okay. So
-2.
net -1. Man. Yeah, 2 up and 3 down for a net -1. So here I am at a -1. Well, that's something. It's still +1. Okay.
So +1 result. That's disorganized for me.
And I'm an 8, so that is a 1D for me. So I have given you your first manpower loss.
Disorganized.
He's going to lose 1 and flip. Alright, well, McClurnan is certainly not the way to go about this. Initiative. That's yours.
So we'll take Baldwin. Here's his move -1. He can go 2 X's, so he's just going to go cross country to Rocky Springs. Initiative. That's yours.
We'll try an assault attempt with AJ Smith. Take him to 1. Here's the assault attempt. It comes off. So this time we have a ratio of 2 to 1. So we'll get that +1. And let's see what your artillery is like this time. It's not used.
Not used.
Cool. Okay. So I see 3 up and 2 down for a +1.
Yes.
Okay. So here's net +1. 5. And we get him out of there.
It's 2 result.
That's 2 on 8.
It's a DR for me.
Now 1 DA for me, so take a loss. But we secure a bridgehead.
So go 1 further away by road, further away by road 2, and we'll go further away with 3 to there.
Okay. And we will take 3, 1, 2, 3, and flip. And we will advance. Initiative. That's ties, that's mine.
Yours movement paralysis.
I will have McPherson activate Logan. And here's his march, +1, 5. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. Mine again. I'll have Logan self-mark activate to 2. Here's movement. 3. We go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll pass for the moment.
A bow and activate Cockerel in the 1st Missouri dismounted. Here's their movement. It's 3, just the die roll. So I'll go 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and there's no penalty when they're less than 3. Yep, no penalty. Los. Initiative. That's mine. So he's sitting right there, blocking that road. I actually kind of like that spot for him. So we'll activate Baldwin by himself. Here's his movement, -1. He is a min 2. He'll go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. It's mine. We'll have Stevenson activate Reynolds and Taylor. Here's their movement. So that's straight 5. Stevenson will travel with Reynolds. Taylor will go first. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And Reynolds will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's mine. Got a reinforcement to bring on, Buford, who comes in at Jackson. Make sure that I'm remembering that correctly. I need some options, but I think the option I'm going to choose is, okay, he's going to come in on the railroad with the fatigue, but he has the option of
He can do an immediate rail transfer. Yep.
transfer, which he's going to do, and he can ride the rails to Raymond, which is here, without having to worry about getting off the railroad. So he's just going to go 23 hexes is 2 fatigues. 2, and I've used up 6 of my available 10 manpower that I can transfer by rail. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, I will have Dennis march. Here's movement. 2, 1, 2. Initiative. Yours.
I'm going to go ahead and activate Featherstone. He'll have to travel by road, or he'll have to walk because he's a 5. I guess I could. No, I don't want to drop off a sub there. That'd be stupid. I'll have Featherstone walk. He's going to pick up a fatigue. Here's his movement, -1. He can go 2. 1, 2. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll have Dennis march again to 2. Movement. 2. Wow. Just cannot get a march out of these guys. Initiative. That's yours.
Yeah, so let me move Featherstone again. Here's his movement. -1 is 4. Go 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's mine. Okay, I'm going to use point South Alabama. It's going to go to fatigue 1, and it's going to jump on the rails. I don't think there's probably a marker for it, but he's on the railroad. He's embarked on the railroad. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, I'll have Dennis go to 3. Here's movement. 5. Here's extended march. Plus and minus. It's okay. 1 and 2. Initiative. Ties. It's mine. I'll pass for the moment.
So I'll go ahead and have him ride the rails. He's going to go down to Raymond, which I think is going to be another 2. Yep, 2 more fatigues. Okay. Initiative. That's yours.
I will pass.
Take green to fatigue 1, -1 for movement paralysis. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. It's mine. Take the 20th Mississippi, which is a cav unit in Jackson. Paralysis is a -2 for cav. -1 for cav as well. Okay, just -1. So effectively the die roll for him, I guess. 7. 1 to there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. Mine. Take him again. Yeah, Cav just get a minute 2 as well. He could go 1, 2 to there. Okay, initiative. That's mine. Okay. Keep the 14th Mississippi in Jackson. Hopefully at some point they'll get to build a fort. Take Stevenson. Take Reynolds. Take 2. There's their movement. Die roll. 3. I guess they'll just go cross country. It's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's mine. I'm gonna pass.
The temptation is strong, but I don't think I want Belvedere Plantation that much right now. So we'll just see if it's going to rain and if I'm making the right call there. I will pass as well. And I'm going to point out that Mark said that in the help section for this module, I'm bringing it up on the screen, there's all sorts of good specific information about Thunder on the Mississippi that he has assisted Alberto with. And they give you all of the wonderful things, reading the manual and all the controls and the right clicks and all that stuff. And then specifically to the recover, where we were doing do the rain recover and everything, Alberto has built in exceptions for different turns and everything. So it says that it should be doing what we would expect it to do here in turn 5. So I'm just going to leave it to that and see what happens. I'm going to hit the Sunshine Recover, and hopefully we don't have to undo anything. It did properly. Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay.
Kelman was he didn't move, so if he had
dug in, yeah.
That would have been a sign that there was an issue.
That's right.
So yeah, it looks good.
Good deal. Okay. Now we need to go through, there's no Vicksburg siege phase, but we are on to our first strategic cycle. So let's take the steps here through our strategic cycle. First we have the strategic segment, which is basically another random event. So I'm going to flip over to that. And let's see. I think I rolled the random event, so I'll let you take this big strategic event if you want, and we'll discuss what it is.
It's a 6, which is probably going to be Union Extended March bonus or Union Mine Operations.
Okay, so
you get the Extended March bonus.
I do. Okay. So I guess that basically is going to give me my additional Union March bonus. Let's see here.
Subtract one from all your infantry and wagon, not cavalry, extended march die rolls for the
Okay.
following 5 turns, in addition to other modifiers.
Fantastic. We can leave that marker right out there then. Hurrah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Dude, I'm marching at 1. Better at least they're slow and not falling apart. Alright. Let's see. Union Depot. Okay, I have no Union Depots. Those do not come in until turn 10, as far as I understand. Union Supply Status segment. Well, by rule, all of my units in turn 5 are now in between. They're lean and hungry, so apparently everyone is going to become out of supply. I am completely out of supply now. That was easy. Now, if they remain out of supply at turn 10, I got problems. So I'm gonna have to probably do a little bit of foraging here on the mountain in the countryside. We do not have a fort degradation segment because I believe you're not in siege, and nothing of any importance would happen there, right? But I'll let you
Right.
double check that since that's related to you. There's no demoralization because there's no siege. Now it's time for our manpower adjustment. So
Yes.
turn 5, Confederates will get it.
Yep.
I
get
don't
it
get anything.
automatically.
Yep.
If a player automatically gains 1 infantry, he does not have to roll a die to make this determination. Okay, so I got 1 manpower. Brigades may not be raised above a manpower value of 6. So with that, I'm going to add it to Tracy. It's he's in the line of fire.
He did lose some, right? Oh no, he didn't lose any.
Lose anybody, he's now up to the max is 6.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Next we have. There's no army of release, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't have an army of maneuver at the moment. And there's reorganization. I don't think that's a factor yet either.
Turn 20 or later.
Yeah, okay. So we have completed the first strategic cycle. The only impact where he gets manpower and I go hungry. Yay. Alright, turn indication phase. There's no surrender. There's no end of game. It automatically advanced the turn track for us. Let's look here real quick. You're going to get the Wall, Texas, and I'm going to get gunboats. Hooray. And pontoons. So I don't have anyone that was in place to build a pontoon early, so that is not a factor. And thus we move on to now turn 6. Well, go ahead and roll the random event. Let's see how you feel. Now we're on the second column. And it's late rain. Oh boy.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Double 2s or double 3s.
Double 2, double 3. Okay. And then it
Place
will
the
begin
late rain
raining.
marker on the turn track with rain immediately and for the rest of the turn. Rain rules are in effect.
Okay. I will grab a late rain marker and
Okay, late rain does not cause the minor and major river and fordable markers to be placed on the turn track.
right. It's just a little bit of rain. So out of supply, while I'm out of supply here, my units, the effects are I get a +1 for extended march in addition to all the others. So basically I'm going to be +2 -1, so I'm going to have a net +1 to most of my stuff. My recovery phase, if they're still out of supply, they do not flip back to organized. And I get a -1 to all of my attacks while I'm out of supply. And if I'm still out of supply when we have the next supply segment, then everyone that is out of supply already will start degrading. That's no fun. And my out of supply Union units cannot make amphibious invasions, but they can do river transfers, which not a factor because I don't have anyone at a landing right now. So yeah, that's not great. That is not great at all. See what we can do with this. And then the gunboats will probably not a factor at the moment, but I will look ahead to those here momentarily. All right, let's go through our steps here. Leader transfers. I will keep them where they are.
The answer to that is no, but I will transfer Stevenson to Tracy. On the off chance, you get a -1 for tax. Wow, that's
That's
brutal.
pretty crappy. Bad timing.
And I think that's Lauren can't go to anybody, so that's it for me.
Okay. Then let's see what else we got. Anything? Nope. On to the action cycle. So here's our first initiative, turn 6. That is mine. I'm just trying to think what's the best use of some of these guys that are already broken. But I want them the chance to forage. So this is where it gets tricky, kids. You got to figure out who to use and when. All right, so let's get Hovey going. We'll activate Hovey with McClernand. Here's his movement, 5. There's too much here, so he's going to do a 1 hex move to there. Initiative. That's ties. That's a high tie, so that is yours.
Oh, okay. Well, if Stevens activate Reynolds. Here's his movement, and I back to +2. He could go 7 hexes. I'm just gonna have him go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine. With the first Missouri Mounted move. Here's his movement. +1. He can go 6. You know what? He's just gonna do a mid move to there. Initiative. That's mine again. Take Baldwin. +1. He can go, wow, 7. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he can attempt to destroy that ferry. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, he gets a -2 because he's a Confederate. Neither hex is connected, so it's a -1. It's a -3. And for ferry, he needs a 1 or less. So that ferry is destroyed.
Boom.
That is, and he's a 4, so he's big enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's done. Initiative. It's mine again.
How did you know that Campbell's Crossing was the linchpin?
So we'll take Baldwin 6. So he's going to go 1, 2. He's going to attempt to destroy the bridge.
Really? Hankinson's, huh?
So the bridge is. Do I want to destroy the bridge or do I want to park him on the other side? When I soloed this is what got me in trouble, was destroying things early. I feel like if I don't destroy him now, yeah, I'm going to attempt to destroy the bridge from this side. So I get a -2, no, I get a -1 for attempting to destroy a bridge. Because there's no enemy Zoc on either side. And I think that's the only modifier I have. I need a 2 or less. So that did not destroy the bridge. Initiative. That's yours.
I will pass.
Passing.
Indeed, yes.
Okay. I'll activate Taylor for movement by himself. He can go 4. So go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. It's mine. Taylor to take 2. And he is within range of Stevenson, so he gets a +2. He can go 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Initiative. That's mine again. Buford, fatigue 1, so +1, and Prempton's moving with him. They can go 4 hexes. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll pass again.
Okay. We'll take Featherstone. He can go 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Take Featherstone, fatigue 2. There's his movement. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative, yours.
Pass.
Now I'll take Featherstone, fatigue 3. Here's his movement. 5. Here's his extend straight up. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. Mine will take Buford take 2. Here's his movement. 2. Here's his extend. He's okay. He's going to go 1 and 2.
It's a hell of a baggage train they're dragging behind them.
Command is too slowing everybody down. Okay, so Cockrell's at 8. Yeah, I'll activate. Bowen will activate Cockrell and the 1st Missouri dismounted. Here's their movement +2. 8. Bowen's going to transfer the 1st Missouri dismounted. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cockrell's just going to go 1, 2, and 3 to there. Initiative. Yours. If you'd like it.
I'll pass.
And I'll take 1st Missouri dismounted again. Go 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 6 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll take the 20th Mississippi. +1. Go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Initiative. Mine. I want to bring Wall in before I forget him. He comes in at the Yazoo River. He's placed in Snyder's Bluff, 1410. Initiative. That's mine. We'll take Wall. It's Texas to T2. He'll move +1. And he's on fire. He's tired. 1,
Seasick.
2. Initiative. Double 6s means nothing?
It's high ties. It's yours, right?
Just high ties?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take him to T2. Here's his movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative, that's mine. Let me scroll around here. I'm gonna pass.
I believe I will pass as well. I see rain clouds on the horizon, and everyone's tired and hungry, and it's just not going well. Well, it's not going poorly, but it's not going as well as we expected. All right. So let's go through the end of the, recovery. We got to go through the recovery steps. So first, yes, I have to attempt to recover before we reduce fatigue and hit the recovery button, basically. So I'm going to go through all my units that are at fatigue level 0 or 1 and attempt to forage. We get a +1 at fatigue. What am I trying to get? There we go. Just trying to get a 2 or less. Oh, geez, Louise. Oh, okay. So I see that the fatigue level 1 adds 1 to that. Don't have that. If the unit occupies Jackson or any hex, no. Okay, so I have a +1 for all the ones with +1, and I need 2 or less. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Here we go. Okay, let's start with Logan over here. Nice, clear, open land. Here's his forage roll. I need a 1 or 2. No. Moving on to Crocker. 1 or 2. Yes, back in supply. Control G. Okay, these guys, let's go with Dennis, because Dennis is also at 0, so 1 or 2. Hey, alright, back in supply. And then we go with the McClernand's core. We'll start with the ones under AJ Smith first. He's got it on a 1. No. Hovey, 1. Yes. Let's see. Osterhaus, 1. No. And finally, Carr, 1. No. All right. Well, got some of them. So that is all for those. And now I will hit the recover button. We had sunshine. It should take into account people that are out of supply. Thinking it does. Perfect. Perfection. Alright, well, at least McPherson's got a working core. Hovey is usable. Let us look at the time here. We're moving on to turn 7. We just got a bunch of cavalry arriving. Coming off the boats for me. Then we move on. So, random events. I think I will give us our random event here for the next turn. We have 6 Confederate command paralysis.
Command paralysis is slightly different than movement paralysis.
So
But
movement
similar.
plus worse, basically.
So you win all ties. I may not conduct activate leader or assault actions.
Right.
They may not transfer in the action cycle. And the movement allowance again is what's on the die roll.
I don't think you get the -1 for the unit.
I don't get the -1 for movement, so but I can't do an activate leader or assault, so that's great. Just dandy, as they say.
Let's move on to sequence. Later transfers. Let's see. Do I want to move anybody around? I don't think I do. I'm still good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move Bowen down to green. Just what that was all about. Not the activate leader now. I might as well. Gosh, I have to leave Stevenson where he is with Tracy. Well, I might as well leave Loring where he is, because I'm not going to be able to use him for nothing. So that's it for me.
And on to any attachments. I still think that's a no.
No subs. Yeah, I haven't been doing any.
And then activation cycle. So give us our first initiative.
Double ones.
Double ones. Well,
I don't think that takes
it
effect
does not.
yet.
Yeah, we both have to have 1 activation, so that's just treated like a low tie, which is mine because of command paralysis. I'm going to bring a unit on. So I'll bring the 2nd Illinois on to Bruinsburg with fatigue level 1. Initiative. That's yours.
So we'll activate Featherstone for movement, and this is just going to be a die roll. So you can go 3 hexes. So it'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative.
Okay.
Double ones.
So now we will roll the die since we both had it, and if you get a 1, then it just
The modifications are
we don't have any modifications.
random events, heat, no.
It's just rain or heat, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So 1-on-1, the turn will end, and we continue. So
Yeah,
that
and
is
there's
my
no
activation.
better option there. Okay.
All right. I will activate Hovey. He'll go to 1, and here's movement. That's fantastic, but he's just going there. Initiative. That's yours.
Hey, Buford. Here's his movement. Just his die roll 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, Crimpton has to go with him. Initiative. That's yours.
I think I will bring the other cavalry on. So 6 Missouri arrives. They get a fatigue. And they join at Bruinsburg. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll bring on, since we're bringing, so before I forget, I've got to have reinforcement. He comes in Claiborne County. '58, 15, 16, 18, or 20. So basically anything around here, 58-19.
Oh, they sneak in from that side, huh? Nice.
I think
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Initiative. That's mine. And we'll go ahead and take him to fatigue 2. He just gets his die roll. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative.
Ties. It's mine.
Doesn't mean anything right now. It's just
No.
high ties.
It's,
Confederate.
well, it's a movement paralysis.
No, it's yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yours.
All right. We'll have the 6th Missouri march. So here's the movement. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7 to there. Initiative. That's a tie. That's mine. 2nd Illinois. Here's movement. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative. That's mine again. Let's have 6 Missouri go to 3. Movement. Yeah, knackered. All right, so we get a +1, -1 on this. They're okay. 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine. 2nd Illinois. Movement. That's good. But at what cost? Here's extended. They're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Take the first 20th Mississippi. That's what we're talking about.
We got mules.
1, 2. Initiative. It's yours. You might be on mute.
Why when I'm diatribing? So we'll give the folks what they came for. We performed an assault with Crocker on Barton, and I rolled a 4, so that comes off.
Yeah, because it's a +1 for
Yep.
Los. Yeah, so it's 5. Yeah.
Yep. So he gets it just barely. So we have a +1 for assault, and +1 for tactical, and +1 for a ratio of 2 to 1. And I have artillery cover at 4 to 2.
Mhm.
And it's a -2 for crossing that forward. So I see 3 up and 2 down for +1.
Yes.
Okay. Risk reward. Here we go. Here's the +1 attack. 4. Man.
That's a +1 result.
It is a +1. That's going to cost me a manpower. Yep.
5 is the D for me.
Cannot catch that break ever.
2,
Not the
3.
greatest attack, but I was hoping.
And I disorganize. And so that's your 3rd manpower loss, is that right?
It is my 3rd manpower loss.
Okay. That's only -1, so it's not crucial.
Yeah. Okay. Initiative. That's a tie. I'm going to pass. My spirit's broken.
Take 20th Mississippi again. Just a die roll. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to Utica. Initiative. That's mine. Take the 1st Missouri dismounted. Did I roll? Go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. I'll take him again. Just die roll. 6. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. They went all the way around to get to there. Initiative. That's yours.
I think I'll pass.
You decide whether to blow up that bridge or not. I think the answer is not. I am going to activate Baldwin for movement. Here's his movement, straight up die roll. 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative.
Possible end of turn.
Possible end turn.
So on a 1, the turn is over. No. And it's mine.
Sure. Yours.
I will pass.
I'll take Baldwin to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. He's going to go 1 and 2, and he's going to attempt to destroy Thompson's Ferry. So that's going to be Confederate attempting to destroy ferries -2. Neither is connected by Zot -1. So he just needs a modified roll of 1 or less on a -3. So he destroys that ferry. Okay. Okay, so that's destroyed. Okay. Initiative. That's mine. Guess it's worth it for me to take the first Missouri dismount, fatigue 3. Here's his movement. So that's 2. Okay. So here's his extend. Straight up. He's okay. So he's just going to go 1 and 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I think I'm going to pass, Patrick. Looking at my situation here.
Yeah, I'm not really happy about what I'm about to do, but I will.
I will take one. I'll move wall. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
Straight up die roll. 1, 2, and 3. Here's his initiative roll. It's yours.
I will pass.
Okay. I'll take wall again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. That's mine. I will. This is turn 7. I can't start entrenching in Warren County. Oh, I can start entrenching in Warren County.
But not under command paralysis, right?
But not under command paralysis. But I could potentially. Yeah, I'll take him to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. Well.
Still shaky on their inner ear.
Initiative. Not initiative. Extend march. He's okay. And he'll go 1 and 2 to there. No initiative. Now I believe I will pass.
We'll look around, see if there's any other damage I can do. I don't think so. I'm going to pass as well. I don't necessarily want to get trapped over there either. So yeah, I'll pass. I'm going to go through my foraging attempts here. We'll start right to left. So Logan on a 1 or 2. No. And then Osterhaus on a 1 or 2. Yes. So he's back in supply. And then Carr on a 1 or 2. No. Yep. And then AJ Smith on a 1 or 2. He does. Hooray.
I think that's everybody. I think
that is everybody. Okay. So I will now hit the recover button. So we just got to worry about Logan and Carr. Got a couple more turns. There we go. So on to turn 8. Recording. Okay, random events. I think it's my turn to do a random event here for this turn. Let's see what we get. 12. Heavy rain. Fantastic.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow. That's got to be good for me, I think.
Oh, I would say so. Let's go and look at heavy rain. Heavy rain is the one that gives us the swollen Bayou Pierre for the next couple of days. So let's do rain. Heavy rain has the same effect as rain current. except that the minor rivers unfordable marker is placed on the turn track 1 box ahead, and major rivers unfordable 2 boxes ahead. Great. All right. So, just dandy. Let's add some markers here.
So the Bayou Pierre is unfordable this turn.
Yes.
The White Oak Creek is
Next turn.
unfordable.
And next turn.
And next turn.
And then down beyond a certain point where Dennis is, that becomes a major river. It's 2 turns beyond this one. So the rain has opened up. Minor rivers unfordable 1. Major rivers unfordable 2. Perfect. All right, well, folks, you wanted to see what rain looked like. Now you got it. So this is going to be another couple of days just sitting, I think. Boo! Thank God we got the Grindstone Bridge. All right, so let's move on to leader transfers. Oh, great. And Logan is trapped. That's wonderful. That's just perfect. All right. Leader transfers. Yeah, I better put McPherson up to Logan. The others are good.
I'll move Captain down to Hillman. Loring up to Featherstone. Everybody else will stay where they are, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. We have attachments, no attachments, and the action cycle. So why don't you lead us off there?
That's yours.
Okay. Start bringing people on. So we've got Sherman, Tuttle, and Steele. So I will bring Sherman and Steele on. And they get a fatigue.
Okay.
Initiative. That's mine. I will bring the other one in. And of course, we got all sorts of movement challenges now. So we will say initiative. That's yours.
I'll take Baldwin to fatigue 1. And this is rain, so it's going to be
Double points.
so, but no paralysis for me.
Right.
So he can go 6 movement points. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. That's mine. So we'll take Baldwin till fatigue 2. Here's his movement. We'll roll for movement. He can go 6 again. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I leave him there, he'll dig in right there. And that's not a terrible spot. I like to have that bridge open if I need it. So he's going to stop there. He's not going to destroy the bridge. Initiative. That's mine. I'll have Buford. He's just going to do a min move to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. I will have McLaren activate Hovey, Smith, and Osterhaus. Here's movement. 3, that's okay. Because we're going to do that and that. Initiative, that's yours.
I'll Bowen activate the 1st Missouri dismounted. They can go 8. So that's 1, 2. So that's 5. Yeah, he can get there. 7. Initiative. That's yours.
I will have Sherman activate both of his units to 2. Here's movement plus 1. 3. Go. I'll just go 1 big step forward. Initiative. That's high tie. That's yours.
Activate Buford for movement. Go 6. 2, 4, 6 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
We'll have McLaren activate Hovey to 2. There's movement. 5. We'll go 2 and 4. Initiative. That's mine. I'll pass.
I'll Loring activate Tillman and Featherstone. 1, 2. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine. Try that again. 6 this time. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Initiative. Mine. 20th Mississippi. 2, 4 there. Initiative. That's mine again. 1st Mississippi. 2, 4, 6. Mine. Take the 1st Mississippi. Initiative. I'm trying not to forget anybody. I'm zooming in, zooming out, scrolling around.
Sure. All right, that's me. I will move Sherman. Come along, Sherman. Do I really want to get them to 3? We still got our bonus, so that's handy. All right, we'll activate them both to 3. See if we can get a good movement. Come on, big movement. 4. Not a big movement. All right, Steele will go first. Sherman will be with him. Extended march. He's okay. Go 2 and 4. And then Tuttle's extend. He's okay. He will go 2. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll have Stevenson activate Taylor and Reynolds. He'll transfer to Reynolds. 2, 4. And Reynolds just go to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Sherman will take Steele to 4. Here's movement +1.
There you go.
There you go. Here's extend +1 net. Yes. 2 up, 1 down, +1. He's okay. So he'll go 2 and 4 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I will have the 2nd Illinois march. And they're going to go 5. So they go 2 and 4. Initiative. Mine. 6 Missouri march. 10. Go 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 to there. Initiative. That's mine. I'll activate car. Movement. 6. He is simply just going to join Osterhaus. Initiative. That's yours.
Tillman. Loring. There's his movement. He's okay. He's just going to go min to there. And they're loose. Initiative. That's yours.
I think I've got everybody where I want them for the moment, so I'm going to pass.
Tracy And Reynolds with Stevenson. Here's their movement. 4. It's for Stevenson to Tracy. They're going to go there. Reynolds is going to go there. Initiative. That's mine. The 1st Missouri dismounted. Here's his movement. Boo!
It's spreading.
He's going to go there. Initiative. Stores.
I'll pass. It's fine.
By the 1st Missouri mounted again. He's only going to go 1 hex, but I'll roll for movement. He's got 6, which I think Delos is going to chew up everything anyway. So he's going to go to Floyd Cemetery. He's going to go to Miss Bagnell. Initiative. Double 6s. So it's nothing special, right?
Yeah, it's yours.
Take him to fatigue 3. There's his movement. You gotta be kidding me. Should have taken him to Floyd Cemetery. Here's his extend. It's okay. He's just gonna go there. Crud. Can't believe that. Initiative. That's mine. I'm gonna pass.
And I will pass as well. I'm got, like I said, everybody's kind of where I not really want them to be, but where I need them to be for the moment. So we will do things in stages here. I will attempt to forage. Was there a modifier on foraging in rain? I don't remember that.
I think so, but maybe. Oh, yeah.
Supply effects.
Heavy rain is a +1.
Okay. So that's fine. If you fan. Alright, so we'll start with Logan over here. He resupplies on a 1. No. And then Carr resupplies on a... he can't. Because he's at fatigue level 1 and there's heavy rain, so he can't even do that. That's fine. Alright. Dennis cannot build a bridge this turn because of the rain. So let us take this. First of all, I'm going to hit recover in the rain.
In the rain.
Yep. Make sure we're doing that right. So make sure that goes perfect. And that takes us up to turn 9 now. Let's double check. Yes, our minor rivers will be unfordable for the moment. We're going to find out if that's true as well. I'm going to zoom out per everyone's request. Or at least Wade's request. So here's the action right here. And I'm going to draw a big circle around it so we can see everything is concentrated right here as we would expect on the Bayou Pierre frontage. I have managed to, keep things going, I guess. So I'm going to zoom back in here. There we go. Back to that's too much. All right. And then let's go through the other stuff here. Let us roll our next random event so we can see what's going on. I rolled the heavy rain, so I'm going to leave it to you to roll our next random event.
Okay. It's a 3.
It's light rain. Okay.
Light rain.
So the clouds are still there. I think that is all the accounting to do for this. We've done that. Turns move forward. So we will return in session 3 in a couple of weeks for most of you. And the turn 9 will be our starting point. But now we turn our eyes back to the last 2 hours. We're at 2 hours 12 minutes, so this was perfect. I'm going to let you start with your thoughts on this session with all of the events and things that occurred with our first strategic cycle. Did anything jump out at you?
You got across the river. Well done there. And built. But the supply is certainly an interesting twist to this. I'm obviously holding you steady for now. I'm feeling like I'm doing okay keeping you penned in, but I just have this nagging suspense that I'm one attack away from having you break out, and my guys are scattered, which I don't like, but I'm not sure how else to play it right now because I can't really leave you any openings. The late rain is going to help out tremendously here for the next, keeping the rivers unfordable for this turn. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, if it triggers that, that will move some of that stuff forward. But from the Union perspective, you just said it. My goal has been to keep. We've seen this before in several scenarios. Is just to keep your line stretched out as much as possible. Now, the the unfortunate series that Stevenson managed early on to get down here, all the way from Vicksburg, we commented on that. Not much I can do about that other than to try to keep everyone otherwise engaged. So I've tried to keep this line as far east-west as possible with all of the potential crossing points and engagement factors. Sadly, McPherson was not successful in giving Barton a little pushback, which I was missed it by that much, 1 pip. That so much of this game is determined by 1 pip, and so Crocker was not able to get over there. But I have been satisfied for the most part. Is once you overcommitted to going this way to worry about McPherson, then that was the time to come back. Now, it would have been really sweet if I could have gotten more than just one creeping up, but the fact that we secured the Grindstone Ford suspension bridge, I'm pleased about that, and that I've got some inroad across there. I've been trying to bide my time, but I really wanted a knockout blow against Bowen, but every single time the factors here are rain, heavy rain, of course. We've got McClernand, who is completely and totally inept when it comes to mounting assaults, and you're in Los. So I've got all of those things going against me, and I can't really do anything about that. So every time I've wanted to be like, let's try attacking now, I'm like, it's only 2-1, and all I can do is watch you slowly creep back to try to support them to stave off some defense of Grand Gulf, but my ace in the hole here, even though he was a slow marcher too, is Sherman, getting him into position. So we gotta wait a little bit here before that becomes a factor. I don't know how that will be. But I've got an entry point across the Bayou Pierre. I'd like to have more, but until I can get a couple of these final units fed before worse things happen in turn 10, but at least we have wagon trains coming up the river. That is something to look forward to. I have to research that a little bit just to see how those supply points are spent and how close they have to be and how hard do I have to march those wagons. So all of that will be a factor in our next episode. But I'll give you the final word before we send them off.
I just have a sneaking suspicion you're going to get a big attack, going to punch a huge hole, and it's going to be a race, and I'm going to lose. I just have this sense of impending doom. This may be a quick campaign, I'm afraid.
Well, but it's so funny, Roger. I have the same because you've just been marching spectacularly, and you've built the bulwarks here. So I can't just race up there, and then Baldwin's doing his little job of just the destruction corps apparently. But I need to address Act 1, which is Grand Gulf, and just try to get another entry point off of the river so that I can start moving, or I need the rivers to recede so that perhaps I can make some kind of play farther to the east. But either way, I said I was giving you the last word, and yet I took it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But folks, we will give you the final say, and that is the form of the comments down there in the comment section. And based on I saw this morning, 20 plus comments thus far, that's including our replies. Please do engage us there. We would love to. If you found any goofs this time, please let us know. That's exceptionally helpful, and we will be sure to mention your name when we put them onto the wall of honor there with the corrections in the following episode. But if you could do the very easiest thing, and by virtually putting your hands together and clapping for the scenario episode if you like, click that like button. That's right there. And if you're not already engaged with the bell and all of that other stuff, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff we remind you in perpetuity. That would be very helpful. And otherwise, Roger, I can't wait to see you in a few days. And for
Yeah.
everybody else, we will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a great one.
Bye bye.